Okay, I think we have time for just one more question, if that's okay with you. Okay. So, yeah, okay?
I can't hear you. Talk a little loud.
My question is, I've done a lot of reading about the Spanish Civil War, including Catalonian, etc. And I'm just wondering if you would comment to the degree that you know about that. Obviously, the Republican small Republican forces were up against a fascist powerhouse backed by Hitler and Mussolini. My reading, at least, from what I read in Catalonia, other books, that part of the problem was that the left, very complex left in Spain, also here, was compromised in certain ways by the communists, who were pretty much ruled by Stalin, who was already trundling around with Hitler, and the thing that ultimately led to the Hitler-Stalin Pact. And that Stalin sort of had no love for anarchists, since he was a megalomaniac. And I'm wondering if you would comment on that aspect of how
much time are we?
10 minutes. 8 minutes.
Good question.
He said,
I'm
do
not
you think
answering
that
as the
the communists
Secretary of
were supported by Stalin?
I'm not answering
That made the
as
struggle
Secretary
weak.
of
That made the
Defense.
struggle really weak. So,
Because they have not taken action. There was politics going on in Spain before we came there. There were politics that went on while we were there. And the claims have been made, and interestingly enough, there is a John, ex-president of NYU, John Bradamus. I understand he's speaking tomorrow here. He wrote for his doctorate a paper on the anarchists, what happened to the anarchists during the Spanish Civil War. And I'm going to tell you, this many years later, I learned a hell of a lot from reading it. And I think the point that you're interested in this is the fact that there was a double revolution that takes place in Spain when the junta performs its rebellion. One is fighting back against the rebellion, and the second is in terms of a social revolution that takes place down on the ground and takes various forms in various parts of the country, depending upon who is leading the government in those particular countries. In Catalonia, and to some degree in the Basque Country, the social revolution was led by the anarchists, and the anarchists actually took state power and held it despite the fact that the legal authority in Catalonia, which at that point was composed of the socialists and the communists who had merged under companies to form one political party. And they were the majority, but you had the Liberal Democrats, the other factions of the United Front that had won in Spain, the Popular Front. And there was dual holding of power at the time. And the claim was made, and it was reinforced by what's his name in homage to Catalonia?
The next workshop starts at 4 o'clock.
Homage to Catalonia.
16.
That revolutionary spirit of a line that existed along with anti-fascism at the time was such that if it had been carried out all over Spain, it would have won the revolution. Argument. Even the anarchists had to finally agree that they had to compromise that position. Why? Because even though they created collective farms, took over factories where the owners had run away, kicked out those who didn't run away, set up workers' commissions to run it, and set up collectivization on the farms. But this was an ideal situation, but could not face up to the problem that if you lost the war, all of it would go down the drain. And so they had to make compromises. And I would say, I would have loved to have seen both these things coexist at the same time, but it was not possible. It puts me in mind of the utopian adventures that take place all over the world, particularly in the United States. If you know your history, you've had utopian little socialist things, or if you want what were those, in Israel, the kibbutzim, were ideal socialist enclaves in a world of capitalism and so on when they began, and had to yield to the reality of what life is like. I don't know if this answers your question, but it covers the thing, right?
Okay, so that is it. At 4 o'clock, John Rawls and Al Giordano are going to be speaking here. So, thank you for coming. You want to say anything to close?
No.
Thank you so much. Did you like it? Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
How are you? Did you like it? Did you have a good time?
The what?
You liked it? You had a good time? It was good, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have to get there in Dutch. And if we come one day.
To Atlanta. Yeah, definitely.
Stay with us.
Yeah, she said. Huh? Was it good? Was that MC? Was that a good MC? Yeah. Yeah. You got to, man. Gonna go.